What's up, y'all? Come on in, come on in. We got
Yo,
to get
yo,
this
yo.
started. Oh shit, let me mute this. Let us gonna get this started. What
Yeah, we
up,
got a
dog? Come on in.
couple topics for y'all, man.
Yeah, definitely got some. Definitely gotta get into this because yeah, a lot of y'all see what's going on out here, so we definitely gonna get into it. Please make sure y'all come in, hit the like button. If you just tuning in, oh, hold on, y'all. Let me turn this.
Definitely appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
It's been a lot of changes in
a
a
lot of
short amount of time.
heck yeah, yes sir.
We have to
Which
touch on these things.
no Diddy.
No Diddy.
Yeah. All right, man. We gonna get into it, y'all. Come on in, come on in. It's been a little minute since we've been on, but we gotta touch on these topics because there's a lot of things going on right now out here, and you know, you know how we bring it. We definitely gotta touch on the situation.
Let y'all know the truth behind the truth.
Right.
There's a truth behind the truth.
Facts. But before we get into that, we're gonna get into Jay-Z because they did drop that. The lawyer Busby did drop that that great case against Jay-Z and Sean Puffy Combs.
Mm,
You know what I
mm,
mean?
mm.
And Jay-Z is still countersuing the Busby character, even though the case is dropped because he lost like $20 million due to that, and his name was smeared through through the media,
I
and
knew that
they had
case was
right,
BS, bro.
right. He said he had to make a decision that night. You know what I mean? When he went to his daughter Blue Ivy's Lion King, uh, premiere, that the eyes was on him. Like, damn, this just came out in the media the same day I gotta go to my daughter's Lion King premiere for her movie. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so Jay Z felt like he had a gun to his head after the great lawsuit filed filed on the night of his daughter Blue Ivy King Lion King's premiere. Yeah.
That's wild.
So Jay
I
Z is
mean,
continuing. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I was gonna get into.
just real quick. I mean, we already. I think everybody already knew. Everybody already knew that case didn't sound right from the beginning. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, man. 13 years old, dropped off at a club, and what she she got autism or something like that. Something like that.
Yeah.
You just
Something
we
like
just knew
that.
that wasn't even. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
All right, my
Please
bad.
hit
Go
that
ahead.
like. But no, you good. Just in case y'all didn't know on the backdrop. So Jay Z is suing Busby, attorney who represented the Jane Doe who accused him and Sean Diddy Combs of grape. So Jay Z has continued to speak out following the dismissal of the lawsuit against him and Sean Diddy Combs over the alleged grape of the 13-year-old girl. It says in the declaration filed in Los Angeles Monday, February 10th, the rapper 55 stated that he believes attorney Tony Busby, who represented Jane Doe in the who was alleged that she was raped by Combs, also 55-year-old Jay-Z, at the MTV Music Awards after party in 2000. Purposely, uh, oh, ads popping up. All right, inflicted emotional distress on him by filing the lawsuit. So, so I guess Jay Z, claiming that, he basically went into distress when this lawsuit came about. So the declaration added that Busby intentionally filed the complaint on the eve of his daughter's Blue Ivy's Mufasa, the Lion King movie premiere, to put me in a position to have to choose between supporting my daughter or hiding to avoid the negative press. He and his wife Beyonce, and Blue Ivy, and the twins Rumby and Sir. Additionally, Jay Z alleges that he lost 20 million in a contract due to false allegations of Tony Busby lawsuit that he has going through deep mental anguish since he filed in October 2024. So Jay Z quote says, "I felt like Mr. Busby was placed I felt like Mr. Busby was placing a gun to my head that either bowed to to his demands and endure personal and financial ruins that the rapper, whose legal name is Sean Carter, wrote in his declaration. So that's Jay basically saying he was put in between a rock and a hard place. No Diddy. Um, no pun intended either. The rock in here. Yeah, so yeah, he felt like Busby was trying to, humiliating by putting that case in before his daughter's Lion King thing. So he's suing Tony Busby. I mean, that's the 1-800 lawyer for the 200 people that he representing for the Diddy lawsuit with the 1-800 hotline.
And
Y'all
they
know that.
dropping like flies too, because a lot of them don't even have no real cases against.
Yeah,
So that's why I said it seemed like a psyop. I know people get mad because they say, "Oh, I know you ain't defending Diddy." Nah, we're not defending any of these individuals. We don't know what they did or what they didn't do, but something do seem like real fishy around there.
yeah, it does.
You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, I mean, come on. First of all, that, like I said, that woman's story did not sound right. Like it had too many holes in it. It just wasn't believable. Something about her dad driving her to an
Yeah,
after party. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? A 13-year-old girl to an after party with mental disability.
that don't sound right, brother.
That don't sound right, y'all. I'm just, hey, I that's just our opinion. You know what I mean? We don't know what really happened there, but we know that just didn't sound right.
Nah.
You know what I mean? No father in their right mind would do that. Who would do that? Who does that?
Unless he a sick individual, and that father said he doesn't remember. He said he will remember that night if that happened. He has no recollection of that ever happening. So
So what they got something personal against? So they must got something personal against Diddy and Jay. This Busby character is being used like he's like the in
yeah,
between. Like he's
yeah.
being used by somebody to go after Diddy and Jay.
That's what it seems like, don't it?
Yeah. That's definitely what it seems
That's
like.
definitely what it seems like.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying? I
definitely
mean,
what it seems like.
I mean, what do y'all think? I mean,
Yeah.
it looks clear to me. I mean, dude purposely, like, he put that John out right before the Mufasa screening, or what, not the screening,
Right.
but the release. You know what I'm saying?
Premiere.
Yeah, the premiere. You know what I'm saying? So that seemed like that is calculated.
Yeah, it was
That
definitely
definitely was
calculated, bro.
calculated. Yeah, that
Heck
definitely
yeah.
was calculated. It's like these people actually have it out for Diddy and Jay. Like they was plotting on doing something together. Like they could have been
Oh,
plotting on merging or something, or
well,
putting
hold on
something
though.
together that's unauthorized.
I mean, I can't recollect people memory because Diddy was doing a lot of talking out here.
Yeah,
He
he
was.
was. Facts.
Let me pull this up real quick because he was doing a lot of talking out
Yeah,
here, bro.
Jay don't say
Brother,
nothing, but he could have been
nah,
moving in silence, and then, you know what I mean. But they still
yeah,
found out that
yeah,
Jay and Diddy probably had some, because they don't like the companies, and these corporations don't like when people of our color come together and start,
yeah.
especially if you already got money and power and fame.
Right. Well,
You know what I mean? If it's not authorized, they gonna take you out.
well,
You know what I'm saying?
he sued Jay-Z sued Bacardi and Diddy sued, what's their name? You know what I'm talking about? What's their names again?
Diageo?
Diageo, yes.
Yeah, Diageo.
And let me see if I can pull this Diddy quick video up, because he actually mentioned this right here is the reason why. Because when you start talking like this and you're using these people money, these people are paying you $100 million a year,
When
and
you
you
using
start
these
talking
people
like
money,
this,
facts.
like, yeah, you can't talk like this and use their money at the same time. That's what they was trying to tell Kanye. Like, yo, you can't use these people money and be trying to go against them. Like, it's either you're gonna go against them and not take any more endorsements from them, or you're gonna take endorsements from them and just stay quiet.
That's why
But these
That's why DJ Khaled ignored all those comments under his
fact,
post saying, "Why you don't speak out for Palestine? Aren't you
right,
from Palestine?" Because he don't want to lose that bread, and his he don't want to eat the people that's paying. And plus, it don't matter if he say something or don't. That ain't gonna change nothing.
nah. All
What
right,
that gonna do?
so this video right here is when, let me play this real quick, just so y'all can get a recollection of what I'm talking about.
But there's a level that you get to, and you're successful and you get to the point of being successful, and as a black person, there's this thing that kicks in. There's this jealousy that kicks in. There's this fear that kicks in. Then they start to burn things down. Then they start to take the money out the Freedom Bank. Then they go back on the 40 acres and a mule. Then we don't deserve our worth. So even Hov, Jay, none of us are immune to it. He had to sue Bacardi to get his worth. Like they make us at the next level. You think that you've overcome everything. Oh, I finally made it. And then there's a whole nother army up there that is there to try to push you down the hill. And that's why from being at the mountaintop, I could come back down and tell y'all the only way out of this is if we can unify.
Oh, there you go.
And combine our forces, because what's waiting for you up there
That's telling you right there. He said only way to beat them at the top, you got to unify. So he was already talking that unity stuff and taking their money at the same time.
And who other name did he mention?
He said Jay.
Jay.
He mentioned Jay name.
Right. So as y'all can see, talking like that, and you know they was talking like that behind the scenes, and they don't realize everything they saying is being recorded. Once you reach that $100 million club, $20 million club, everything you say is going to be heard by them.
Yeah,
because you're being followed by intelligence agencies for sure. Right, you got too much influence.
Dills 333 said it's bigger than Jay-Z and Diddy family. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, we know that.
But that's what Puff's saying. That's what he's saying. Yeah. It's bigger than them. That's why he said when you go at the top, there's a whole nother army you got to fight.
Right.
That's what he's talking about. Yeah, it's bigger than Jay-Z. That's what Diddy was talking about. Coming back down and telling people, listen, this is what's happening at the top. These are the people that's running things. This is the people that's up against us. This is what we need to do. We need to unify. But he talked too much.
He ain't talking to the slave. He ain't talking to the peasants.
He's talking to the Jay-Z's, the people that's that he, the people that's part of that Rock Nation branch, those type of dudes, and you know what I mean. So yeah, it's that. So they is basically when you start talking like that, bro, is you already know what you're going. You already know what you're going to have to face.
See, he was talking like that, and he was probably plotting like that. And you already know they had him on. They had him on the wire talking. Sean had him on the wire talking.
You said Sean had him on the wire talking.
Sean had him on the wire talking.
Sean had him talking.
It was popping champagne. As soon as Diddy get locked up, he said I was gonna spit in Diddy's face, but just having champagne with him a couple months earlier. You know what I'm saying? So
he said Sean had the wire on him. That's funny.
Yeah, he was checking Bieber. You seen Diddy was checking Bieber
for the wire.
Yup, patting him down for they.
If this man is elected,
you start talking like this.
They be scared, man.
We're not standing by no more getting killed. We're not scared of anybody standing up and standing by. We're on the verge of a race war, but it would also be irresponsible of me to just let this moment go by. The world is watching and not do everything I can to make sure that going forth that we're a part of the narrative, that we own our politics. And so I'm launching one of the boldest movements that I've ever launched. And it's called Our Black Party.
See, start talking like that. That's what I'm saying. And I kind of feel that if you want to start your own thing, that's good, but you can't take those folks' money and start your own thing at the same time. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But we're gonna move on from this, man. Make sure y'all hit that double tap the screen. We got to get into Trump and Elon Musk, man, with this dictatorship. And you notice on the thumbnail I put dictatorship for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get into this, but this video is sponsored by Nightanddaynetwork.com, where you can get your natural ingredients. Natural products with all natural ingredients, from CBD, the hair care products, the skincare products, and detoxes, man. Make sure y'all definitely hit up the shop. I know a lot of people speaking about this DEI thing with Target and Costco's and all that, but you got to support the small businesses.
Fact.
Y'all talking about that, but y'all going to other corporations. Y'all not supporting the small businesses. How you can't scream the DEI thing and still be going to all these big corporations? I ain't saying not to go, but you got to support local businesses as well, small businesses as well, right along with the corporations that y'all choose to go to. Like, I ain't telling people not to go to they, places that they, want to go to, but if it's better to support local businesses and small businesses, because that's the fabric of America, is the small businesses. That's the backbone of America, is the small business, not the corporations.
Facts. Because if just the corporations took over, we'd all be in trouble.
Yeah.
If it's just up to them, and the corporations is controlled by the government, so it'd just be one big party controlling everything, and then we wouldn't even be able to have freedom of business anymore.
Nope.
That's why I don't understand why people say they don't. You know what I mean? Oh, we gotta get rid of these capitalists. It ain't the capitalists. It's the oligarch that you gotta get rid of. You know what I mean? The oligarch, that's the small percentage at the top that's hoarding everything, and then feeding everybody else at the bottom of the pyramid scraps. That's see, this different system. A capitalist system is where everybody can own their own business, and the market decides who stay in business or not. Facts. Not the government, not not some corporate, not one or two corporations, but it's the people decide. That's real cash, a free capitalist market. That's a free flowing capitalist market. See, y'all only know about crony capitalism, where the oligarchs control everything and they say it's capitalism, but it's not. It's really crony capitalism. It's just the government and the corporations is a revolving door. You got the CEO going over there, sitting on the Senate, and then leaving the Senate, and then going right back to the company to see being the CEO or something else in the company, because he never really left the company. So he's double agent. He's the conflict of interest. You got they the government and they the corporation at the same time. That's what we're getting into, this Trump and Elon stuff. That leads us to this.
Let's get into it. So this is a quick clip of the party, and just this whole scenery looks crazy to me. But first of all, because why is Trump sitting down, Elon standing up, and where's the vice president at? There's no vice president in the shot. He all to the side somewhere, and it's just Elon talking. So it's like, I feel like this nigga bought his way. He bought his way into that presidency, but just using Trump as the front. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and get into this quick clip to Mr. Doge Man right here. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Detractors, Mr. Musk.
What?
Including a lot of Democrats.
I have detractors?
You do, sir.
I don't believe it.
Say that you're orchestrating a hostile takeover of government and doing it in a non-transparent way. What's your response to that criticism?
Well, first of all, you couldn't ask for a stronger mandate from the public. The public voted. We have a majority of the public voting for President Trump. We won the House, we won the Senate. The people voted for major government reform. There should be no doubt about that. That was on the campaign. The president spoke about that at every rally. The people voted for major government reform, and that's what people are going to get. They're going to get what they voted for. And a lot of times, people that don't get what they voted for. But in this presidency, they are going to get what they voted for. And that's what democracy is all about.
Detractors, Mr. Musk.
What?
Yeah. Nah, go ahead. Well, you wanted to chime in on that? Because I was trying to grab something real quick.
First of all, if anybody know anything about the United States is not really supposed to be democratic. It's really the republic. That's why in the Pledge of Allegiance it says, "In the republic for which it stands." Now, Democrats mean, well, not Democrats, but democratic basically mean the majority rule over the minority. And it's funny how majority of the minorities are Democrats, and that's basically how democracy is ran. The majority always rules the minority. You know what I'm saying? A republic is where you have your rights no matter what the laws say. Your common rights will never be violated no matter what the majority say.
Right.
It's certain things. That's how you're supposed to have full freedom in a republic. Most people don't even understand that part, and they want to argue about politics and all that. Another thing is what we was talking about earlier about the capitalists, the crony capitalism, how they basically run the corporations and the government at the same time. This right here is dangerous, even though they could make some positive changes. I ain't gonna say that Trump and Elon can't make some type of positive changes. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying this type of position right here is dangerous. When you have somebody like Elon, first of all, he's not even he's a South African, so he ain't even
he's
supposed
from
to be
South Africa.
like nowhere near.
Like, he ain't even supposed to be standing up there. Like, why is he standing
Right.
up there? Period.
Like,
You
he's
know what I
not
mean?
like I agree when people say he's not an elected official. I mean, he could. I guess he's on there as an advisor, but he is like acting like a elected like official, and he's cutting jobs like crazy. Which, I mean, some of them jobs probably do need to be cut. It probably is a waste of money for some of that. But this type of stuff, we gotta be careful because this can go bad really fast. Because all right, they could come in here and do real good, right? But what about the next presidency, the next person that get in? They could be setting this up for they might not be the dictators, but they could be setting the country up for a dictator to come in.
I feel like, I'm gonna be honest.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because once you have
like
this
is already
blatant
under dictatorship
corporation, yeah, but it's not as blatant though.
It's not blatant.
This would be blatant to have someone like him. You know, how many corporations this dude is behind? Like what? Tesla, X, SpaceX, all this, and they got him there making decisions. You know what I mean, for the government, so that he could put all his people in there.
Well, that's what they did.
Yeah, I mean, he could secretly put all his people in there.
Well, that's
you
what
see what I'm saying.
They
so
contracts.
So that's the takeover. That's like a corporate takeover.
Well,
that's called fascism.
Do that. Yeah, that's fascism.
That's called fascism.
If you take
this can lead to a dictatorship for sure.
If you take over a position, you take a position like this, knowing that you're a mega corporation, first thing you're gonna do? You're gonna put all your people on first.
Right.
You're gonna fire everybody that's in that. You know what I mean? That's in there, and you're gonna put all your people in, and guess who get the contracts? The contracts go to them.
Right. And they can manipulate the laws to benefit their corporation. See, that's not true capitalism. That's crony capitalism. That's what we're trying to tell y'all. People say, oh, the capitalism. Yeah, we need socialism. Nah. Capitalism means you can have your own business and it's able to flow without the government getting too involved. You know what I'm saying? Crony capitalism, on the other hand, is what you see here. Now, I ain't saying that Elon is benefiting off the White House yet, but it can definitely get there really fast because he could what?
He definitely gonna benefit. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like his companies are going to benefit because he could get the law. He could influence the laws to change. You know what I mean? In his favor for his companies. And that's what they all do when they get in there. They all do. All these presidents be secretly working for the highest bidder. That's why they be so wealthy when they get out of office. When they get in there, they be worth like, 1.2 million. You look at their net worth, 1.2 million, 500,000. They get out of the White House. They net worth be 40 million, 20 million, 100 million coming out of the White House. You know what I'm saying? So when you actually look at who's getting the government contracts, a lot of them are friends and family of the ones who's in power. So this is dangerous. Like this, like they might now. I ain't saying they can't do no good, and I ain't saying that some of these government agencies definitely need to be checked because they are tyrannical and the government is too big. But sitting back and allowing this much change this fast. Anybody, it's basically saying anybody can go in there.
Yeah, it makes you raise you.
It opens us up to for it to happen in a way, you know what I'm saying, where they setting up a real true dictatorship. Not saying that they are a dictatorship, but this is basically setting the scene for a dictatorship when you got this type of transactions going on. It's definitely setting the stage, y'all.
So who would be shit? I feel like these niggas offsprings is gonna be the ones.
Right. Look, Lil X, Lil X and Baron.
Yeah,
Lil
Baron.
X and Baron,
Right.
X and Baron gonna be running shit in the future.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like because that's you know what I mean. That's what it is, bro. Like,
As funny as this is, that's probably what they setting up right now. Cause you gotta think about it. It's all scripted. None of them really. They ain't really Republicans and Democrats. You know, at the top, they not really against each other. It's like wrestling. It's like the
put on the show for
WWF or the
us.
WWE. So they not really enemies. They only act like they enemies for the public, so we could be against each other. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's political theater. They call it.
Political theater.
Yep.
They've
Political
been doing
theater.
that shit since Rome.
Facts.
Since Rome, since the Roman Empire, bread and circuses. They give us gladiator games and all this football shit and all this basketball stuff. Why they making decisions at the, you know what I mean, at the top? They confuse us with the bread and circuses, though.
Right.
They give us Jay-Z, Diddy. They give us all these people to keep our focus off of what's really going on.
That's right. The circus. A bunch of clowns.
And they will sacrifice these entertainers for that too.
Yes, they do all the time.
Like if they gonna make real important decisions that they trying to keep the public from knowing, they'll sacrifice all these damn celebrities for that.
Yeah. Just like every once in a while, they take a big celebrity out when they need to distract the people from something big they about to do.
Right.
When they need to distract us from something really big they about to do, what they do is they take out a major celebrity that everybody will feel. You know
I don't trust none of these government officials. I don't trust none of these niggas. I don't trust Trump, Elon, anybody that's up there. I don't trust none of them niggas, and you ain't supposed to, because they ain't up there really to represent you. They up there to represent the corporations that put them in place. So I know they don't represent the people.
Yeah, we definitely don't. Yeah,
they never do. They
don't trust any of them.
Nah, they never represent the people. None of them. They don't represent the people, bro. They might do little things for the people just to satisfy the people, to keep them at bay, so so people won't go. Because I'm gonna be honest, how they think they could take this country over and run it, they'd be sad. America showed them real quick that they don't run nothing. I'm just be honest, the people of America could show these people that they don't really run nothing at all. If people really woke up and decided to be like, well, these corporations gotta get out the way. They gotta move, because they ain't really benefiting. Nobody's really benefiting from that, people wise. The people is not benefiting from it. They not. And that's called rebellion. It's always a rebellion. It's always a rebellion. But yeah, I don't trust
Elon seemed like he would have been cool until he started talking about putting chips in people's heads. He got that Neuralink and that chip that he want to put in people's heads. I don't trust nobody that's talking about putting a chip in somebody's brain. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but he don't represent the real Tesla neither. Like he got the name. He got the name, but he ain't representing the real Nikola Tesla. Because if he was representing the real Nikola Tesla, he'd be creating ways to create free energy, and he's not doing that. So so he's not representing the people neither. I feel like none of these people, everybody. I mean, you gotta think about these people getting there to benefit their businesses. They get up there to benefit their businesses. It ain't to benefit the people. Like every president that try to go up there and try to be for the people got a bullet in their head. Every last one of them that try to make a big major move, to make a big major change for the people, they get a bullet in their head.
That's why you always got to be suspect of all the new technology that come out, because they only release the technology when they want to control you with it.
Right.
Because if they really want, because they hiding all the good technology that free up everything, because they want to control everybody and control all the markets. That's why I said we haven't really seen true capitalism in America. So I don't know why people hate capitalism so much. We haven't even seen real capitalism here yet, because the markets have always been too controlled to be a real capitalist market. A capitalist market is a free-flowing market. It's not tied up by conflict of interest and lobbyist groups and all that. It's tied up to just straight business, and whoever got the best business are the ones who's going to succeed. That's real capitalism.
Young Bull told
what we see is this. This is what we see is niggas like Trump and Elon, you know what I mean? One is a bureaucrat and the other one is a technocrat.
Right.
You know what I mean? Coming together to basically take over the corporate world and the bureaucracy world together. That's fascism. Because they gonna make all the laws to benefit their companies.
Yeah. Because they
With
gonna get
any
all
other
the mega contracts.
right, they gonna get all the mega contracts. Like that's
So if you implementing all this artificial intelligence and you got a technocrat right there that runs that's the the leader of the whole technology world, but then you got the bureaucrat guy that can get contracts to go in there and build certain things. So say if they wanted to build a smart city, right? You got Elon being the technology guy, then you got Trump, you know what I mean? Setting forth all the signing executive orders for the zoning and all these different things to put that in place. Because you can't have Elon come in and do work without Trump okaying it anyway. So Trump could persuade, Congress and all that to sign off, well, he ain't present them nothing. He just signing executive orders at this point. He's even going past Congress. He's like, F Congress, I'm signing executive orders. So who gonna get the contracts to build them smart cities?
But listen though, you heard what you said. He just signing a bunch of executive orders.
Right.
That's what dictators do. Because when you put the executive orders in, you're trying to get over on the other two sides of the government. There's three parts of the government that have to make decisions for the people. And it's all BS. All them, the whole government is rogue now, as far as I'm concerned, and it's been rogue since the beginning. But it's even more rogue now. But all they're going to do is just make a bunch of decisions that's going to benefit either their corporations or further the government to basically serve the corporations better.
Yeah.
That's all they do. That's why we got all these poisons and stuff in our food and everything, because the corporations are the ones that's making sure the stuff get approved by our government by giving them loads of cash. You give them loads of cash and say, approve this, approve that, approve this in our food supply, in our water supply. And they able to do it. They able to do it because they all make money off of it.
Yeah.
They all make money off of it. The government make money off of it. The corporation make money off of it. And who's left stuck with the bill and sick? The average Joe Schmo are the ones that stuck with the bill and we're sick at the same time. That's just how it is. And the thing is, till we see that, we realize that neither Democrat, Republican, or anybody else that sits in those offices don't give a crap about the general public. It's impossible for them to even cater to the general public. The general public got to start catering to itself and stop looking up to these offices for help, because these offices aren't going to help you. All they're going to do is give you more lies, more death, more deceit, and they going to screw you every chance they get. Every chance they get, they going to screw you.
There's no real transparency.
There's no real transparency. Zero.
Like,
zero.
It's crazy because this shot right here just show you that they just letting this nigga do whatever you want to do by having a young boy. He brought his son up there. You know what I mean? Like, who the hell bring his son? Who bring their son and shit like this? Like, you know what I mean? And this supposed to be like addressing the people and shit. Like, so who bring their son to shit like a little child like this to shit like this, bro? And then he just saying shit on the side to Trump, just saying all type of shit to the boy. And Trump, like, he run up to Trump and say, just go away. Trump turned his head like he can't even get a young boy eye-to-eye contact.
Is to restore democracy. Prices from one year to the next are the same, and their partnership with the agency has, and I checked
young boy up there interrupting. You know what I mean? Just doing that, bro. This scene don't even look. This shit don't even look right, bro.
Bro, this is scripted as hell.
This joint don't even look right, bro.
Please, y'all, just realize that it's all scripted.
Yeah, this
when it comes
right.
to all these people in office. Every last bit of it is scripted. They told that little boy what to say. All of this whole scene is scripted.
I don't think.
You know what I mean,
I don't think they told that little boy what to say. I think the little boy saying what he always be saying because he heard them talking like that. He heard his dad talking like that. So he just repeating that what his dad be doing. If he hearing his dad, if he telling people shush and go away, that means his dad, he be seeing that shit a lot from his own dad, telling people shush and go away. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it came natural to the young boy. Yeah.
It
So
came
I mean,
natural. It comes natural to all of them because they're in character.
like, so I just think that this whole scene right here is just crazy to me, bro.
Bro, this is scripted as hell, bro. They even
Yeah,
had that kid up, even to know that kid would say that up there, because that's how he act on all of Elon Musk interviews. If y'all watch any other Elon Musk interviews, and when he have his son X with him, this is how his son X act,
right.
and they know he's going to act like that, and they encourage him to keep acting like that, because you gotta understand, it's all about getting your attention as the viewer. It's all about getting your attention.
But
So that's why Ye be going around crazy like how he is, just to get the attention of the people. Like we said, it's bread and circuses. This whole thing is an act. Like, it's all them individuals you see on television, on the news. You know what I mean? The A-list social media accounts. We know who they are. All of it have to be a form of acting, because they don't let these people do anything unauthorized. So you have to stick to the script. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't know why the general public gets so worked up and emotional about these stories and stuff that come out when it's all scripted in the first place. You know what I mean? And people are actually their actions are being controlled by these individuals who's just acting, and the general public is literally being controlled by that. Like, your day-to-day actions is being manipulated and controlled by these actors here. And I'm not just going at, the Trump administration, it's all the administrations. Every last administration that been up there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that none of them do any type of good. It's always some type of good outcome, even if they got bad intentions towards us. Of course, there's still going to be some good outcomes even that come out of that, because that's just how this place works, called Earth, that we live in. That's just how it works. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, these individuals ain't got no good intentions. I don't care who's in there. They don't have no good intentions towards the general public. The general public is literally viewed as cattle to all these individuals. And that's just being real. The general public is viewed as cattle. And that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And they know they have to keep the cattle in line by doing the bread and circuses, by having the bread, feeding the cattle the bread, and then entertaining the cattle.
Y'all need to get them likes up a little more, please, for this video. Go ahead and double tap the screen, get these likes up.
Get them likes up. This some real.
Get them likes.
Yeah, we giving y'all the real, man. We telling y'all it don't matter. Some people, you can't. Trump and Elon, they doing good for our country. Yeah, they could be doing some good. Any of these politicians could do some good. They have to do some type of good to keep us in line. If they just did bad 100% of the time, they would have been up out of here. They know that, but they do just enough good to keep control. But majority of it is bad, and they trying to control us. Like, y'all gotta understand, they had to put these individuals in here to make it look like they making a big change, because they see majority of Americans ain't going for it, and they don't want majority of Americans coming together and overrunning that little charade that they got going behind the scenes. So they had to put Trump is just like a trickster. Like, they put, because Trump ain't really running anything, just to let y'all know. Trump ain't really running anything. Elon ain't really running anything. All right, none of these are just faces. These are actors. These are paid actors. I mean, they get paid a hell of a lot of money, but they are actors, y'all. Until you realize that these are actors, then you would see what's really going on out here. This is not the real president, and that dude don't really own Tesla. All right, he's the face that, that everybody, that's the owner of Tesla. They need some type of guy that could point to and say that's the owner. So the real oligarch can sit behind the scenes, and dictate what they do.
It's a board. It's corporations is a board. You know what I mean? It's people that sit at the board, at the table. It's not just one person that run that's one investor. It's a collective of investors that sit at the board. You know what I mean?
The Wizard of Oz.
So So if they wanted to vote Elon ass up out of there, they could vote his ass up out of there if they wanted to.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You gotta realize that if the board came together and said we no longer want this guy to face a Tesla or anything, they could vote his ass out.
And if they needed to take him out, they got a million niggas like John Wick on standby.
That's just how it go. we know what old money run this shit, bro. These families been in place for hundreds of years, man. They've been in place for hundreds of years, and they're not just gonna give their power up just that easy.
Right, or Agent 47, facts. They got a bunch of Agent 47s and John Wicks on standby just in case they need to take one of these actors out that they put on, you know, just in case if they get out of line. If they go off script. You know what I'm saying? All they gotta do is put that call in at the agency to this, you know what I mean, to that weird number, somebody pick up. You know what I mean? They say a number over the phone, next thing you know, the person died of an overdose or something else. Or plane crash, or the car drove off the cliff, or a helicopter crash, something. And that's just how it is. That's what's being that's what's running everything. They tell us in the movies. They present us the movies, but the movies be having the truth in there, but we looking at it as just entertainment. You know what I mean? You see, it's a whole organization behind John Wick that runs the world. Like y'all see the movie John Wick, you see that organization that runs the world, and it's different factions of one big organization. Like these presidents, these prime ministers, all of them are just puppets. Like they are literally just actors, to tell you the truth. They don't make no real decisions. No real decisions. All the real decisions that they make come from up top. Yep. That's what I say. It don't matter who's in office. Who cares who's in there? Who cares? It's all the same people. Whoever you vote for, you voting for that oligarch. That's it. And that's all there is. Until people get that in their heads, we're never going to move on to the unity that that what's the name was talking about.
Oh.
They got him locked up, Diddy.
Diddy. Oh,
you ain't gonna never get that unity. You ain't gonna get that unity anyway because people are too divided. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, that's because these operations that they running on the public, they work good. You know what I mean? The division thing. You Jew, I'm Christian, so we don't like each other. You're a Democrat, I'm a Republican, so we don't like each other. You're black and I'm white, so we don't like each other. You're gay and I'm straight, and we don't like each other. Like it's just the same. It's the same junk that they put out there over and over again that we all fall for. And as long as we keep falling for it, we're gonna keep suffering. Simple as that. And these individuals is going to keep taking advantage. And it's going to be an endless cycle of suffering and them taking advantage. And that's it. Because you're going to believe that these Democrats really care about you because you're a Democrat. You're going to care that these Republicans care about you because they're Republicans, when really they really on the same side. They just want y'all to fight amongst each other. And that's it. There ain't nothing else to it.
That's it.
There ain't nothing else to explain. That's what it is. Nobody can even argue this. Because you can sit back and say all the BS that both sides did. Republican and Democrat, you could name all the BS that both sides did. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
And what's that's leading us to now, JR? What? Now they messing with our food supply.
Yeah. Now they limit it down to how many eggs you can buy at the supermarket. All the food recalls that they recalling back, saying because of different.
Oh, somebody just asked. Hold on, I gotta put that. That's a good question that Linda Givens just asked.
Let me see.
Said if they are shutting down federal government agencies, will they replace with real people, or will they become artificial intelligence?
I mean, well, you got Elon Musk sitting up there, so that should answer your question.
That answers your question right there. You know what I mean?
Who gonna get the contracts? Well, he's the face of it. I would say he's the face. He's not the major he's the face of it, but That answers your question about Elon Musk sitting up there in the Oval Office, Trump ass sitting down in the seat, Elon standing up with his kid wrapped around his neck. It should answer your question.
I mean, no, that's a good question though, because
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know that. That's actually an advanced question because yeah, they deleting all these employees, but who gonna replace them? And like you said, JR, Elon Musk is standing right beside that man. He made the decision. And what do he specialize in? Artificial intelligence. What did he say in one of his interviews? He said we're gonna have a presidency by 2030. The presidency is gonna be artificial intelligence. He said that out of his own mouth. So what they're doing is they slashing all these government employees. It's part of the plan. It's not something that he went in there and decided to do himself. That came from up top. That's what we trying to tell y'all. It's not no Elon Musk, and Trump administration versus the Kamala Harris and Biden. No, they all part of the same team. You know what I mean? And at the end goal, they all want artificial intelligence and us paying in digital currencies at the end of the day, because that's how you can track everything. That's why I said they could be setting the country up for a dictatorship later on. Like, it might be good now because it is a lot of government corruption that need to get, that they need to get rid of. It is a lot of people in the government that should be losing their jobs. And that's just real, because it's a lot of waste spending going on in the government. So I agree with that part. But this also, it could go south too, because having this many executive orders and firing this many people in this short amount of time without even seeing exactly what job they do 100% can be dangerous, because the next presidency could come in there and they could take over the whole system. Now they got us all on the digital 100%, and there's nothing we could do about it, because I hope y'all know that digital cash means they're trying to go cashless, which means no more hiding cash under the bed. Every transaction is tracked and is programmable. They could program what you buy. If they don't want you to buy more than 5 dozen of eggs with your digital currency, you won't, because it won't work no more. And they would know that you can't go to Walmart. I buy two eggs at Walmart. I buy 2 cartons of eggs at Walmart. Then I go over there to Target and buy another. Nah, it ain't gonna work like that. They gonna know, because you're on a digital and it's programmed. Because that's the thing. This is what we don't want this to get to, and this is how easily a dictatorship can happen. That could be almost irreversible. It could be almost irreversible if everybody's on the digital system and you got dictators running everything and they controlling every transaction that you make. That is not a safe bet right there. That is not, that ain't it, y'all. That is not. We want to have freedom over our food supply. We want to have full control over our money. Like, those are the 2 main things, and our water supply. Those 3 things alone we need full control over, y'all. The water supply, the food supply, and your money. You know what I'm saying? If we let the government and the corporations get 100% control over that, we're finished. We're finished.
Let me play this real quick.
So you did hear me say $5 for a carton. I do want to break down those prices a little bit more. They're soaring to record highs amid this bird flu outbreak. The average price of a dozen grade A eggs reaching $4.95 in January. That's surpassing the previous record of $4.82 set 2 years earlier, and more than double the low of $2.04 in August of 2023. What does this mean for your wallet? We do want to bring in Frances Stacy. She is an economic strategist, and she's going to help break this all down for us. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us here on Live Now from Fox this morning. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, okay. So when can we expect this to come down? Because another factor here, Easter's coming up in just about 2 months or so, right? And we do know that around Easter, that demand for eggs does go up as well. So is there an end in sight?
Is there an end in sight? Potentially, but probably not for the foreseeable couple of months, because the reasoning behind the price hikes, number one, inflation. You've got costs, for producers going up and things like that, and some of that can be passed on to the consumer. You've got health regulations changing. I noticed in your article, 10 states are now saying that they will only sell cage-free eggs. I'm sure with Make America Healthy Again, we will see more regulations coming down the pike that has to do with our food supply and the health. And then you've got this bird flu shortage against Easter, and I don't think that that's going to be resolved immediately. So I would expect high egg prices well into the summer. However, that being said, in the global macroeconomic situation, I do think that the fiscal spending adjustments, if they reduce the fiscal spending, that participates in GDP, that participates in having more money in circulation, which is one of the primary causes of inflation. And so by reducing that fiscal spending, I do think, generally speaking, there's an opportunity for prices to come down probably in the third quarter of this year.
Yeah.
Them egg prices, man. And that's just due to inflation. Let me switch to this video real quick.
More than just
Oh,
egg prices, those prices,
Right,
period.
price period. Like inflation is just, you know what I'm saying?
Is affecting consumers who are far out on the US. Rising prices are affecting consumers who are far from ecstatic. The egg prices have soared 15% in the latest US inflation report. The spike in egg prices comes as bird flu sweeps across the nation, killing millions of chickens and decreasing egg production. Our North America business correspondent Ritika Gupta went to her own local supermarket in New York City to check this far from paltry increase in prices.
Across the US, empty shelves, shortages, and steep price tags greet shoppers searching for eggs in supermarkets.
It's ridiculous. It is. I mean, what is that? $10 for a dozen of eggs?
The eggs I usually buy, they used to be around like 7 something, and now they're around like 10.
Egg prices have broken record after record as bird flu spreads across the country, killing millions of chickens. Average wholesale prices for large white eggs reached $8 a dozen, according to price tracking firm Expana. In this New York City food store, they say they have no other choice but to pass the higher costs onto the consumer.
The cost of eggs has gone up a lot, so we've had to increase our prices significantly too. Without that, we wouldn't be able to get through this.
This is my local market in New York City, and as you can see, there's no shortage of eggs. But if you look at the prices, I mean, they are eye-watering. So take a look at this, nearly $12 for a dozen eggs. Here, $16 and almost $18 for 12 eggs. That is double what it was previously. And that's hitting American wallets. Many consumers paying their grocery bills still feel the pain from a pandemic run-up in prices. Inflation rose to 3% in January, worse than expected, as egg prices soared 15%.
It's in a one-way street.
The egg price explosion poses a political problem for US President Donald Trump. He won the White House in November by hammering the Biden administration over high food and other costs. Trump also promised to bring down grocery prices on his first day in office. But the high cost of eggs looks set to stay. The United States Department of Agriculture predicts egg prices will rise another 20% this year.
You can't just raise baby birds overnight. It takes, a certain amount of time for them to get up to a certain size, a certain age to be able to.
They're going to start making niggas eat laboratory. They're going to make people start eating laboratory fake eggs. That's what's going to happen. They're going to start flooding the market with them shits.
Well, they killing off all the chickens and all the cattle and stuff because they claiming they got bird flu and cattle flu, all it, mad cow disease. They do that to keep the food supply, to keep the prices going up, and also when they manipulate the gas prices, that make the price of food go up because a lot of this food is being transported from this place to that place, and it takes gas to do that. So the drivers are going to have to charge people more to get their food delivered into the stores. So that goes to show you right there, it's all being manipulated by government because they want us dependent on them to eat. That's what it is. They're going to kill multiple cattle, multiple chickens. They're going to keep killing them, and then they're going to say, oh, we running out of cattle now. But we got a solution. We can make meat for y'all digitally in the lab. 3D printed meat.
3D
3D printed meat and 3D eggs, so they can control the food supply 100%. And the stuff will keep you sick. You know what I mean? Eating 3D printed meat and 3D printed this, that's going to make you sick. That's chemicals, y'all. That's laboratory. That's not even real food. And most of the stuff on the grocery shelves ain't real food neither. It's all chemicals. You know what I mean? But the real food is more expensive than the fake food, because if you want to go and you want to buy real pasture raised eggs and grass fed beef and all, like how stuff used to be raised, like what before they started injecting them and feeding them chemicals and all that, you got to pay extra for that. So people who shop like that was already paying extra. Now even the conventional stuff you got to pay extra for, and the organic stuff, that's even more expensive. So it's crazy. Like, they literally attacking our food supply. This is a government / corporation collaboration, y'all. Because a lot of these corporations, they ready to ditch real food and bring in the digitally processed stuff. They already ready to get rid of the other markets. They ready to get rid of all the farmers.
Because you don't have to wait to raise any cattle or anything, right? So they can mass produce that at a faster rate by using 3D printed machines.
Facts.
They can easily they can flood the market with that process 3D printed meat,
and at the same time control us all.
So
that means they control the food supply 100%.
So if they able to flood the market with that 3D printed meat, that will drop the prices down, but it's not real food.
Facts. You're gonna get sick faster. You know what I'm saying? And you're not eating real food. You eating lab grown. They trying to replace farms with laboratories, y'all.
Yeah, it's no nutrients.
Like, y'all not getting it. Like, when they talk about a plant based, like they talking about food that's made in a plant and not made. Yeah, they talking about a chemical plant. They not talking about a plant that grows outside. They talking about a chemical plant.
Like a plant, like a damn factory plant.
They trick y'all with these words. Because most of that fake meat, if not all of it, is all processed chemicals. Like, when you read the ingredients of like that Beyond Meats and all, it's not even real food, y'all. It's literally just a whole bunch of chemicals meshed together. That's it.
Food being recalled left and right. Left and right. I don't know. They like,
bro, that's all intentional. Them poisoning the food is all intentional. That's why they're gonna bring more awareness, because that's another way they'd be able to cut the food supply. When they start acknowledging, the governments and the corporations start acknowledging, oh, this is poisonous, that's gonna cut the food supply even more. Like, y'all don't realize what they doing. This is one big setup. This is one big setup to get us on the digital system and eating fake digitally printed food.
If y'all ever watch a movie called 1984, and you will see exactly what they trying to implement. If you never watched the movie, they got two versions of it. They got a black and white version that came out in like the 40s. I believe it came out the 20s, might be somewhere around there. And then they got a newer version that came out in the 80s. Watch the one from the 80s. It's called 1984. Remember, it was food rations.
Yeah,
it was rationing out the food.
Yep.
You know what I mean, the food was fake that they was eating.
100% fake.
They was only allowed to eat like 25% chocolate today. You know what I mean? Certain days they was able to eat, you know what I mean, certain foods at a certain percentage. And that's what you was just talking about. The credits are only going to allow you to buy 5 dozen of eggs. And it's already in the system across the board. So you can't go to 2 or 3 different separate places to buy eggs.
Nope.
I mean, people will find a way around it. I mean, if you put in your resources together, and people that's what people will need to unify. For something like that, you would need to unify. Households will actually need to unify to beat out a system like that.
Bro, the best way, you can't even let that system start.
Yeah. But it seems like the people it seems like they usually get it off the ground. Eventually the people wake up, but I can tell you what, I don't feel like the people in this country is ready to actually fight on the front, because they still think, you know, these governments is going to save us.
Yeah, I know. People who's heavy Democrat think that, oh, you know what I mean? Long as somebody's in there, they gonna get saved. It's somebody that believes in the Republican stuff. When they person get in there, they believe they're gonna be saved. But you never get saved. Because the way they keep you controlled, they're always gonna have one or the other in there. So you're never gonna be fully. So you gotta start thinking, all right, how am I gonna keep myself sustained without worrying about who's in office and who's not in office? You know what I'm saying? Like that's another thing people have to get in their heads. Like we gotta stop we gotta stop believing in the hype. That's what it boils down to. You can't believe the hype. And unfortunately, most people is never going to break that programming. Some people is here just for that programming. Like that's a setting. They're born in that type of setting, and then that's who they are. You'll never be able to change it. You know what I'm saying? You will never be able to change it, and that's majority of the people. But there's a good percentage of people that's waking up to all of this, though. It's really a big percentage. That's why they had to put the Trump in there and the Elon to make it look like they actually doing something. And they are going to get rid of a lot of government employees, and they are going to reform the government. But how it's going to look, how it's going to benefit the people after that, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We're going to see.
I feel like all they're going to do is replace that with artificial intelligence. And how is that? And that's total control over the people.
Facts.
So I don't feel like it's going to benefit the people. In some ways it might, in certain ways it will, because like you said, it always has to be a balance between, you know what I mean, when they make the decisions, even if they make a bad decision, it might benefit people in a good way, or if they make a good decision, it might benefit people in a bad way. So it's like that balance is still going to remain, because that's just how the universe works. It balances itself out.
Right.
So I don't feel like that they firing people in there just to benefit the people. Totally, like 100% totally to benefit the people. I think because they gonna put their own people in there, and mainly contractors to get the artificial intelligence system up and running. That's why Elon going around talking about by 2030 the president is going to be artificial intelligence, because everything's going to be ran on that automated system. They bank on that shit being ran on automated systems. YouTube right now they bank on a automated system to run everything. There's no humans. There's no humans making decisions right now. It's more so. It's about 10% humans making decisions and 90% artificial intelligence that's running this platform. You know what I'm saying?
Across the country, and it's causing some of.
So let's go ahead and get into some of these food shortages before we get up out of here, y'all.
Americans to become increasingly
food recalls.
Worried about the food supply chain. This after the latest report of a deadly E. coli outbreak involving some McDonald's burgers and other recent tainted foods, including boar's head deli meat, several different brands of frozen waffles too. News Nation's Kelsey Kernstein joining us.
That's all fake food people shouldn't even be eating anyway.
Exactly.
So y'all can recall all that shit off the shelf. Every last one of y'all can recall everything from all these fast food restaurants.
And that's going to cause a bigger panic. That's what I'm saying. Like, we screwed regardless. They play chess, not checkers.
Right.
Live from a McDonald's right here in Chicago. Kelsey, are you seeing people staying away from the fast food chain this morning, or is that drive-through popping off?
People still.
I'll tell you what, Marky, despite these issues, it has been busy here this morning at McDonald's. In fact, more busy than it was even yesterday. But yes, we're learning that
they could tell you they poison you 100%. People still gonna go eat it. People still gonna go eat it, bro.
Because it's an addictive chemical. It's no different than the coca. And I ain't talking about cola.
Right.
the CDC actually informed McDonald's about the potential link between an E. coli outbreak and their quarter pounder late last week. It wasn't until this week that they actually pulled the quarter pounder from some of their menus in some states. But it's not just McDonald's that is dealing with food issues. There are recalls happening across the nation. In fact, it's leading some people to question whether it's even safe to eat at home.
American staple McDonald's is
Hear
reeling
that?
after an E. coli outbreak hit several stores across the nation.
If you're eating fast food, be careful out there.
The outbreak infecting as many as 50 people, killing 1 and sending 10 to the hospital. About 20% of McDonald's restaurants across 10 states have been forced to pull the Quarter Pounder off their menu.
I've been to McDonald's a handful of times in the last month or two, and yeah, E. coli would definitely be scary, so I'm going to be taking a break from them for a little while.
Health leaders say preliminary evidence leads them to believe the onions are the likely culprit, but continue to investigate. Despite this, McDonald's USA president telling the Today Show Wednesday he's confident it's still safe to eat at his restaurants.
Yeah, we took swift action yesterday to remove the Quarter Pounder. I want to say to our consumers that you can confidently go to McDonald's today.
Americans are also worried if what they're serving up at home is even safe, as grocery stores pull a slew of items over listeria concerns, from Treehouse Krusty's waffles and pancake mixes to Bruce Pack's ready-to-eat meals. These food safety lapses have people heated. Food service specialist Sharif Mityaz blames the suppliers.
Some process broke down, some standards were not upkept. That leads to issues, and that's what you're seeing in the Costco's of the world that had to recall a number of items.
So we asked if Americans should be concerned about how safe the supply chain is with all of these issues.
It's very safe. There's these issues that pop up, but in the totality, you're talking less than 0.001% of product that is questionable potentially due to safety concerns.
They always talk about listeria, bacteria, but they never talk about them goddamn chemicals that be in that.
That's why we know it's all fake. That's how we figured it out. It's all fake, y'all. All that listeria and salmonella and E. coli recalls, it's all BS. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of us has been eating that shit that they served us up.
Right.
And they don't recall all to the point where nobody have it in their house. People still be eating it, and some people get sick and some people don't. But it'd be like some minor stomach issues. When they say 1 person dead and 10 people rushed to the hospital, that's out of like millions of people who ate that product. And the people wasn't probably rushed to the hospital. They probably went to the hospital with minor stomach discomforts or throwing up or diarrhea or something. And they try to make it look like, it's the whole food supply. That's another way they make people panic and buy more. See, that's like more promotion. People actually buy more when that type stuff happens. They just told you at the beginning that people buy more. It's weird.
Right,
it's weird, but they got the psychology down to a T. Like, niggas is controlled, B. 100%. 100% controlled.
They love talking about the bacteria and all, but they ain't talking about the 1,000 ingredients in the back.
Exactly, and that's the real danger.
The chemicals.
The chemicals is the real danger, not listeria, not E. coli, nigga. Those chemicals that's in that food, that's the stuff that's giving you the terminal illnesses. If you eat E. coli and listeria, and you got a okay, even if you just have an okay immune system, the most that's going to happen is you're going to throw up, you're going to poop. You know what I'm saying? You got to let it go through your system. That's what all of them. E. coli, listeria, all of that. Yeah, it's worse for people who's older, who got a bad immune system, and small children. But most people can handle it. But those chemicals that they putting in the food, or 50 ingredients inside your bread, those 80 ingredients inside your chicken sandwich from Popeyes, them hundreds of ingredients from them grocery store birthday cakes with hundreds ingredients in it, that's all straight chemicals that affect your major organs in your body. Right, your immune system ain't doing nothing against that.
Turn out a too. Yeah, they ain't talking about them chemicals.
They ain't talking about the chemicals, y'all. Those chemicals is what's killing you.
It's the chemicals, y'all.
It's the chemicals. It ain't E. coli. It ain't bacteria. It's straight up industrialized waste chemicals that's in the food, in the water.
Safety of America.
Right.
Food. There's a long list of chemicals and additives that are allowed in the U.S., but are banned in Europe and other places over health concerns. CBS's Ben Tracy goes in depth to look at the effort in one state to make what every American eats safer.
Christina Ochoa often worries if the food she's feeding her 2 young kids is safe.
A lot of salt.
Even after carefully reading ingredient labels.
Some ingredients, I have no idea what they are, how to pronounce them. I want the best for my children, and I would think that as a society, we want the best for our children.
There are more than 10,000 chemicals and additives allowed in food in the U.S., often in small amounts, but many have not been evaluated by the FDA in decades. The majority are safe, but some chemicals allowed here have been banned overseas after research has linked them to cancer and developmental or behavioral issues.
We need to put the F back into the Food and Drug Administration.
Congresswoman Jan Schakowsky introduced a bill requiring the FDA to review certain chemicals that are banned overseas and to close what's known as the grass loophole, chemicals generally recognized as safe. This allows companies to skip an extensive safety review when adding many new chemicals to food.
Is the food industry basically policing itself?
I would say yes. And when you look around the world and you see,
Bro, is
what,
that Judge Judy?
other countries are doing to
Nah.
protect their consumers, we are far behind.
What's that, her
CBS
sister?
News has obtained a copy of proposed legislation in California that would make it the first U.S. state to ban 5 common chemicals, including potassium bromate, from all foods sold, distributed, or made there.
They're going to have to change their recipes, get rid of these chemicals, and hopefully that's something that's going to have impacts far beyond our borders here in the state of California.
Christina Ochoa says the FDA needs to do more.
We're trusting them, and this is the food that is feeding our future. And I want them to be held to a higher standard.
Chemicals, bro.
Now in response,
It's the chemicals, y'all. That's what it is. It ain't the listeria or the E. coli. No, it's the chemicals. That has a more effect on the body, dangerous effect on the body than anything. It's the heavy metals that's in the water.
Facts.
They never talk about them heavy metals in the water. Vaguely, once in a while, the mainstream media talk about it because overwhelming people got sick and all that. Then eventually they gotta talk about it. But other than that, they that's not the major discussion of. And then that's another thing. That's never a major discussion of any of these political parties neither. They never talk about the chemicals in the food. They never talk about, the water supply being heavy with heavy chemicals and heavy metals. They never talk about none of that. It's always surface level stuff. But anyway,
Actually, to be fair, this administration have been talking about.
That's because RFK. Yeah, because RFK's in there. That's because
right. That's what I meant.
Got a Kennedy in there. You know what I'm saying? There's a Kennedy in there. And y'all, hopefully he take on, the mindset of his uncle and his dad and actually really do some good. It might cost him.
That stuff might be scripted too, man.
But it might be scripted because I feel like that.
That Kennedy assassination could have been scripted, to tell you the truth. He could be hiding somewhere in Cuba. He could have been hiding somewhere in Cuba. All of that could be scripted.
That nigga head,
they could do all of that on camera and with camera.
That was a
nigga.
Real
They
one,
could do all of that with camera tricks and cybertronics. All of it.
Yeah, but that was a real one though.
Man, who knows? Cause it's been mad different footages that's been doctored. Man, you don't know what the hell's going on out there, bro. All that could be scripted. I don't trust none of it. Same thing with Homeboy Air getting shot. Oh man, look, man. If you understood how fake it all was.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They got us going for a ride, boy.
Right, they damn sure do.
I don't trust. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's just my opinion. Nobody ain't gotta believe what I believe, but I don't trust any of it. I think it's all one big stage. Of course, some people get taken out. A lot of people get taken out for real, but some people don't, and it do be fake. It do. It does. It be fake, y'all. It's wrestling out there. It's a movie. It's definitely a movie set out there. Political theater.
It's a political theater.
Political theater, man. Bread and circuses. I hope y'all smash that like button because we definitely be giving y'all that real information out here. We giving y'all a fresh perspective. Letting y'all know, don't be divided. It's all BS. Start coming together on the basis that it's all BS. That's how you bring true unity. When you realize it ain't no real Republican, ain't no real Democrats, it ain't no real this, no real that, what they try to divide us with. None of that stuff even matters at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Only thing that matters at the end of the day is everybody got respect for each other and everybody basic needs are being met.
Yep.
That's all. If you think about it, Earth is that simple. As long as everybody respecting each other and as long as everybody basic needs is getting met without any resistance. That's Earth. That's how easy it can be.
How it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah. It sounds simple, but what's in a way is all this division. That's what it is. It's all a division. We get destroyed from lack of knowledge, man. You know what I mean? So smash that like button. This was definitely sponsored by Nightanddaynetwork.com. Like we said, we sell all natural products. You know what I'm saying? We make sure all of our products is chemical free. That's very important. When I say chemical free, I'm talking about synthetic industrialized chemicals that these corporations be using. We don't mess with any of that.
They damn sure be using it, and they not gonna stop using it till the people decide to stop using it.
Facts.
When the people decide to stop using all these chemicals, then they have no choice but to either change their program up and actually start using natural products, or they just gonna be taken out. They company's just gonna die out. That's how it go.
I'm getting tired of getting poisoned by them. I'm telling you right now.
Yo, get that natural detox too. If y'all looking for a good detox, definitely get the Zeolite ZA natural detox. That's from straight from a volcano, mixed alkalized water, and it definitely attaches onto heavy metals and all that. It's like a magnet. The detox attaches onto heavy metals and chemicals, and it pulls it from your body. So you'll be constantly peeing and pooping it out. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably the best way to
pee, poop, all of that. And
yeah.
Sometimes you might get it if you really need to detox. If you really got stuff in you, sometimes you'll even get a slight rash or a slight fever because that's all the stuff coming up.
Right.
So you gotta drink a lot of water with it. Yeah, you know what I mean, because there's a lot of harsh chemicals that's coming out of your body during these detoxes.
That's what. Let me try.
I mean, some of us got some really crazy stuff inside of us.
Facts.
Yeah, you know I mean, some of us is being exposed to like some really harsh chemicals, and the government don't care nothing about it. The EPA don't care, the FDA don't care, neither the USDA. None of them care. You know what I mean, it's some serious stuff we all being exposed to. So sometimes when you detoxing, you get, you know what I mean, you go to the bathroom a lot, you get the sweat, sometimes you get a rash, sometimes you get the flu. That means all the stuff is coming out of your body. So you gotta drink a lot of water. You know what I mean? You gotta cleanse your skin.
All of our stuff is lab tested to make sure there's no contaminants or none of that. So when you go to our site, you will see all of the the reports on there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So this detox definitely helps with, you know what I mean, removing excess heavy metals and improve overall health. Detoxification helps to balance body pH levels. A healthier body lowers the risk of viruses and cold and flu. A detox regimen to help support your immune system as well. So, and this is a whole 30-day supply. You can take one a day, two a day. I mean, if you take one a day, then that's a whole month worth 30 capsules. That's a 30-day supply. So definitely check us out. And if you don't want to take the supplements, we got the detox drink on here too. That one of the brothers that we deal with, he make the the splash with all natural ingredients in this too. So you'll see natural spring waters, agave nectar, organic turmeric, beetroot powder, organic moringa powder, beet vitamin B12, D3, flaxseed, elderberry, organic black seed oil, black maca root. Like, these are all natural organic ingredients that's good for the body. We also have sea mosses on here too. So if you go to, let me see, let me go down. Yeah, we have all the sea mosses on here too. Pineapple infused sea moss gel, coconut sea moss gel, or you can get the premium Irish sea moss where you can make tea with it and everything else like that. So, yep, got the strawberry infused ashwagandha, infused, and we got the MSM infused sea moss gel too. So check that out over there. And we also got the hair care and the skincare. We got soaps, we got the lotions and CBD infused lotions. I mean, I see a lot of the shampoos sold out because y'all been buying the eczema soaps and all that. But we got the rose waters, and if you need that natural hair growth, definitely hit the shop up for that natural hair growth. Your edges coming up short, or you having thin hair or bald spots, definitely get the rosemary. Get this hair growth that has the rosemary, sea moss, fenugreek, all for hair growth. You know what I mean? So check us out, man. Nightanddaynetwork.com. You know what I mean? 15% off. Use the discount code Indie Herbals 2025 during checkout. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Yep, and on that note, we're gonna get up out of here, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Do you have neurological pain, chest pain, heart palpitations, headaches, brain fog, anxiety, insomnia, fatigue, and abdominal discomfort? With all the environmental disasters and contaminants plaguing our land, water, air, and food, we need something to counteract all the pollution that is making us sick. This is where Zeolite comes to the rescue. Millions of people have been using detoxification supplements to remove harmful toxins, pollutants, heavy toxic metals, as well as to balance pH levels. Lower the risk of risks like cold and flu, support the immune system, and improve nutrient absorption. What is zeolite? Zeolite is a volcanic ash that forms over time when ash and lava react with alkalized water, resulting in a compound with a very strong cage-like structure and a negative charge. Zeolite is one of the most fascinating and powerful nature remedies available. Great to detox and balance your body. Health benefits of detoxing. The removal of excess heavy metals can improve overall health. Detoxification helps balance a body's pH levels. This product provides 30 capsules, 1 month supply, ships within 3 days. Purchase now at nightanddaynetwork.com and haven't been evaluated by the FDA. We do not claim our product cure or treat any ailments. Please consult with your medical healthcare provider to see
if you crave nature but still shop online. Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightanddayrherbals.com.